I'm Ian Rush and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Okay, play ratings time. Hey, Simon Mignolet had very little to do. That was fantastic. That save he made. To be fair, he's off his line, but he could be caught out quite easily. The fact that he gets back and makes that save when he could have been lobbed from the halfway line, that was a great save. For that alone, I'm giving him an 8. Why not? Left back Moreno, thought he was absolutely sensational. Got forward, supported the attack. He had that great run and a decent shot. It would have been nice again to see him maybe get the goal, but got himself into the right position, really alleviated the pain and provide good width down the left-hand side. And defensively as well, looks like a player reborn, looks like a top quality fullback, which there were doubts over that. I think he's week in, week out, dispelling those doubts. I'm going to give him an 8, but a high 8. Let's go across the defence. Sacco, 8, solid as you like. One or two little nervy moments, which is, I guess, they're just Sacco moments, aren't they? But I'm not gonna underrate him because of that, because I'm too happy. Skirtle, 9, because I thought he was absolutely magnificent. And the thing that's telling about him is that I still don't trust it when attackers are running at him, but how many times Chelsea got in and around the box and how many times it was his body that was on the line that stopped them from getting the shots on target. Absolutely fantastic. Hero's performance, and he stood up well to the likes of Diego Costa because he clearly tried to get a rise at him, took a little kick off him, got on with it, fine, brilliant. Klein, 8. I'm going to struggle to give anyone a less than a great rating in this, if I'm perfectly honest. Deal with it. Moving on to the midfield, Lucas Leiva, I'm going to give him an 8. I probably would have given him a 9. I thought I probably should give him a 9 just for being so lucky as to stay on the pitch. Little bit nervy, little bit close. Another day he probably gets a red for that, but he doesn't. And he's putting his foot in. I don't mind him booting their players because I wanted us to leave marks on their midfield and let them know they'd been in a game, and I thought he did that well. And in particular, was a great moment where he was on a yellow. People said, "Oh, we should bring him off," and he wins the ball back and he strides up the pitch with it, and he looks to start to. And Jordan Ibe ends up having the shot, but just great. That's exactly what you want to see. That's Lucas Leiva getting better and better and better and offering more in his game. Absolutely fantastic. Midfield, Emre Can, 7.5. I thought he was good. I thought he had a good, solid game. I still just want to see a little bit more from just slightly better decision making. There's times when he's charging forward and he's supporting the attack. Either get a shot off or be a bit more clinical in the passing. It's not a general criticism. I thought he put in a good performance, and it was telling that we brought James Milner off rather than him. And I personally would have, just for the experience that Milner brings, I'd have gone the other way. But there you go. James Milner didn't have a good game. He's probably going to get me lowest rating. I'm going to give him a 6. And again, you could probably rate him lower if you're feeling hypercritical, but I'm not, because I'm in a good mood, so I'm going to give James Milner a 6. Ahead of that, Philip Coutinho, 10. Absolute 10. And, I could make a case for a 9, I guess, because still moments here and there, but what's the point of being critical? If you can't enjoy this and you can't enjoy a performance where Phil Coutinho scores 2 and could arguably score 3, then there's clearly something wrong with you. Sorry, Chris is taking photos. But the fact is, he was magnificent, and he was man of the match for me as well. So yeah, Phil Coutinho gets a 10 because that's amazing. Adam Lallana, 8. I thought he worked hard enough. What I liked as well is when we needed to be tight and compact, he was back putting a foot in as well. And how many times he alleviated the pressure just with a great little first-time pass or a little turn, just picking his man up, being so particular in the second half. Yeah, very, very good indeed. Firmino, I'm going to give him a 7. Showed some real good flashes, particularly in the first. I thought he was probably one of our best players in the first half. I thought he faded in the second, and it was actually a really good decision to take him off ultimately. I'm glad he stayed on when Benteke came on, but I'm also glad that Jordan Ibe got to get a run out as well, because I thought he offered a different dimension. Up front then, because substitutes Benteke, I'm going to give him an 8. Great. Comes on, does exactly what you want. Wanting more from that. He took him a little while to warm up into the game, but changed the dynamic, changed the way we play. He was able to hold it up, alleviate the pressure, and the way he takes his goal. You know what, fuck it, 9. 9. I've talked myself into it. 9 for Christian Benteke. Jordan Ibe, high 7, 7.5. Good, another good sort of, when you consider that substitute performance to the one at the Emirates playing against Arsenal a month or so ago, night and day, that was the kind of substitute performance you want to see from Ibe. Stretching the play, looking to run at people, looking to cause problems, very good, high rating. And you know what? No, I've convinced myself again. Jordan, I have 8. And Dejan Lovren, 10. You know why? Because we said he should be the trophy that we hold aloft for trolling the fuck out of Mourinho and Chelsea, because we were so confident we even brought Dejan on. In your face, Jose. In your face, Chelsea. Let us know your thoughts via this phone call if you want to. Let the play ratings, play name 1 to 10 in the comments section below. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out the Final Word show on the redmentv.com. Rather than us, the story being Liverpool, you know, and Klopp coming in and looking for his first win and blah, blah, blah. The story's all about the pressure on Jose Mourinho and the crisis at Chelsea Football Club. And that's exactly what we wanted it to be, you know, outside of this game. When the game finished, of course, alongside, and I think far more importantly, how very, very good Liverpool were on the day